Okay, we are at test 1M and we are doing exercise 1. Let's start with example number 1. Oh, before we do this, I think we should open up our tables with all the necessary information, so that we can have a look at okay, I think I'm gonna do it later. Okay, but I have it here. Okay, that's good. Okay, so all our tables are ready. The wish table, the would rather table, and all the other useful materials are available. So let's start. Tenses, exercise 1. How long before you realized that you were lost? Now here we have that you were lost, which means that this is past simple. And if this is past simple, this part needs to happen even earlier, which means that this part needs to have happened even earlier. That means there's got to be some past perfect in there. And since we have the question how long, we should remember from our perfect tenses lesson, which is available on our channel, that we need to use perfect continuous here. So how long had you been walking before you realized that you were lost? So that's past perfect. And if you're still not sure about why this is the case, I always recommend to have a look at czasem-angielskie.com.pl and have a look at the tenses tables. Let's have a look at the past perfect continuous tense. We have a longer action that had happened earlier and a shorter action here. So this is exactly what we have here. A shorter action, they realized they were lost, and a longer action that had happened before. Point 2. There is no point in phoning Anne now. It's 7 and she at the gym. So it's happening right now. This action is happening right now, and right now Anne is exercising at the gym or working out at the gym, and that is exactly the tense that we need to use. We need to use present continuous because this is an action that is happening at the time of speaking. It's happening right now. So we need to use present continuous tense. So she is working out at the gym. Point 3. She to contact her dad all day, but it is impossible. His line is always busy. Okay, so here we are dealing with a situation. Let's maybe draw it out. We are dealing with such a situation that we have, this is the time period. So this is the time period. It's happening, this action started in the past. So it started in the past somewhere here. And this is now, because it says all day, so the day still hasn't finished, so it's still Wednesday or whatever the day is that they were going through. And she started in the past, and she hasn't been able to contact him, which means we need to use the present perfect tense. Started in the past, and maybe she phoned him once, twice, 3 times. Maybe she'll be calling him, until evening. So we never know. So that means it started in the past, continues until now. It's present perfect. Okay, which one was it? Okay, present perfect or present perfect continuous in this case. I would say she has been trying to contact her dad all day, but it's impossible. It says all day, which emphasizes the duration, so I would use present perfect continuous here. But honestly speaking, I think we can use present perfect as well, because this is a context where it doesn't make that much of a difference. So all day signifies the time period, so I will go with present perfect continuous, and I think we're gonna stick to this. So she has been trying to contact her dad all day. Okay. She has tried is also good, but perfect continuous is better. There, that's the doorbell. Oh, this is a spontaneous action, so I will answer it. We are using will for spontaneous actions, future simple. And number 5, when we okay, so we have 2 actions. That somebody reached the theater, yeah, and before that all the tickets had been sold, so there weren't any left. So when we reached the theater, there hadn't been any tickets left. Well, you can say weren't, but this is an exercise which actually really wants you to use a past perfect. Okay, so all of them had been sold earlier. There hadn't been any left already, and then they reached the theater, right? They reached the theater. All the tickets had been sold. Past perfect, past simple. That's what I would put here. More wild animals. Okay, these days suggests that this is a continuous action, that something is happening at the time of speaking. There's some process going on, and we know that when we are discussing some process that's going on, we want to use continuous tense, present continuous. So more wild animals are becoming extinct these days. I almost didn't recognize Tom at the party because he a lot since last time since I saw him. Okay, again, let's clear the screen. Okay, so that's the party. It's in the past, so he didn't recognize him. So that's past simple. He didn't recognize him at the party because even earlier he had changed, which is past perfect. Okay, had changed. This is past perfect, and he didn't recognize him. That's past simple. So I almost didn't recognize Tom at the party because he had changed a lot since last time I saw him, although a lot since I last saw him. Okay. Alec hopes. Okay, so here we have by the time he's 30. So we're talking about some future, and we are talking about an action that will have happened by some time. So when we're talking about a completed action in the future, we want to use present future perfect. So Alec hopes he will have had his first exhibition by the time he's 30. Completed actions in the past require us to use the future perfect tense. When I saw you this morning. Now we remember that when we're talking about some longer action and a shorter action, the longer action in the past is usually in past continuous, right? And then there's some shorter action that happened in the middle, which is usually in past simple. So that's what happened. That's what's happening here. Were you talking to when I saw you yesterday morning? So seeing that person is a shorter action, and the talking action, the talking to somebody, that was a longer action. So who were you talking to when I saw you yesterday morning? Okay, hopefully that exercise wasn't that difficult, and in a moment we'll start with the passive voice exercise.